dream. Diddley had a dream so big it made him feel all giddy. He loved UFC, the fights and the thrills, so he started a podcast to share all the chills. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Fights, every punch and kick, analyze the moves, every trick and flick, comparing each fighter, their strengths and flaws. Diddley's insights would leave you in awe. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Every punch and kick, analyze the moves, every trick and flick, comparing each fighter, their strengths and flaws. Diddley's insights will leave you in awe. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. NFTs and fighters, a digital blend. Diddley's got the scoop, he's always on trend. From rare collectibles to the latest bout, the Final Strike podcast, there's never a doubt. Listeners from afar, they gather around for Diddley's insights, the best in town. With every episode, his fame would grow. The Final Strike podcast, the ultimate show. Even when the market's tough and times are lean, Diddley's resilience shines, he's always keen. Through highs and lows, he stands his ground. In the world of UFC, he's renowned. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Podcast dream, bringing UFC and NFTs to the mainstream. With every word, he lights up the night. The Final Strike podcast, shining so bright.
What up, everybody? Happy Chama Day. What's cracking? 3:13 tonight. Big card today. It's going to be wild, man. It's going to be wild. It is going to be wild. I almost feel like DC last night. If y'all checked in on the weigh-in show, DC was tripping yesterday. Thank you everybody for popping in. Appreciate you all. We do have some pretty nasty giveaways today, so we'll get the first one rolling. Don't forget to get your thumbs up on the video and get your TFSPs in the chat. We're going to give away that $50 UFC Store Gift Card first. We'll get that rolling. That's right, Glow DC and his nips. That's ridiculous, bro. Absolutely ridiculous, dude. Unbelievable. I was dead. I was dying. It is Chamadan, so this is the first show. No water. It's gonna be a tough one, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. That's why I took last week off too. You know, helps out with the balance. Get used to it and get it going. All the TFSPs coming through. Thank you, everybody. So we'll get into the strike challenge real quick. Let's pop the screen up. And we'll get into this real quick, talk about it. Not too long because we are going to break down every single fight, all 12 fights from the early prelims to the main card. And yes, sir. Let's see what we got. This challenge popped up. 313 multi-challenge event. Pretty interesting challenge. The reward for challenge number 1 is going to be a Bobby King green minted to a minimum edition size of 100. And they will allow us to choose between some of his moments. Challenge number 2, Bruno Ferreira, KO of G-Rod at UFC 283, minted to a minimum edition size of 2,500, which is a common. So let's take a quick peek at what we need. So this first one's pretty gnarly. I'm not going to lie. It is pretty gnarly. It is pretty gnarly. The whole step 1, it's a collector burn process, but it's all determining based upon whether or not these guys win or lose their fights. And yes, indeed, Del Boy, it was a very good time to hold a Chama champ. It is about time they showed the Chama champ some love, because the last few fights he's had since his champ's been out, the champ pass was either, wasn't nothing special or nothing to brag about. So at least his champ is actually counting for something significant this time around, and we'll get to those champ passes in just a second. So if you look at this list, you're going to have to burn at least a couple people off the list right off the bat. So you got the Poatan fandom. He's also fighting Magomed down here, the rear. One of those moments going to have to get cooked. Blades, I don't like how they have Blades in here because they didn't give him a counterpart, and the moment's been burned already. Cynical had some good points with that yesterday in the chat. And I kind of felt maybe we could have even gotten a Blades reward, considering, one, we don't really have too many heavyweight moments on the platform, especially like higher end ones. Blades got lots of finishes on his record. He's only got one moment on the platform. And yeah, I thought for sure we'd get at least maybe a Blades, because Bobby Green's already had 2, but they threw Blades on here. If he loses, it's going to be wild, because that moment's been burned already once, and it's pretty pricey already. We got these 2 gentlemen fighting right here, Jalen Turner and Ignacio Bahamondes. One of those has got to go. You got Fizzy and Justin Gaethje as well. So one of those got to go. And then you also have Lucindo versus Lemos. One of those ladies will have to go as well. And then we got Bobby Green's fandom in here. Just part of the deal, I guess. It's kind of like a, upgrade your moment type situation, throwing him in there. So he's in there. We'll see how he does in his fight against Mauricio Hoofy, big fighting nerds guy. So we'll see how that goes. So that's step 1. Really can't really do much at this point if you don't have the champ passes and stuff like that. So you kind of just got to wait and see how everything is going to play out. Step 2, you need to own 3 out of the 4. And they have to be 3 different fighters. You can't have 3 Gaethjes or 3 Magomeds or 3 Moronos or 3 Barbosas. It has to be 3 out of the 4. So you got the Gaethje epic, Magomed's epic, Morono's rare, and Barbosa's rare. So those 4 moments, out of those 4, you need to have 3. So that is step 2. Step number 3. This is where it gets spicy. You got to burn one of each. So you got to burn it all to the ground. Tony Ferguson common, Pereira common, Gaethje common, Paddy Pimblett common, Morono common, Grant Dawson uncommon, a King Green rare. So you're burning both King Green rares if he loses. And Jim Miller's fandom as well. So lot to digest there for sure if you're looking at this first challenge. And I do want to give a shout out to our good friends at Flovana. I'll pop over their website right after I talk about the champ clubs here. But it is a lot to digest. You go to the champ passes. If you have an Alex Pereira champion, it automatically completes all the burn requirements in step 1. So if you got a Pereira champ, you don't got to worry about burning anything for step 1, but you will have to complete step 2 and you will have to complete step 3. If you got a Gaethje champ, you will complete the collection portion. The collection portion of step 1. So whoever wins their fights, you pretty much got that covered, but you still have to burn whoever needs to be burned off the list. And I'm going to keep a list handy in Discord. I usually do it every time we get some kind of results-based fights. I'll keep it in the announcement section, just to keep track of who we got to burn and who we got to collect as the fights go on tonight. So I'll keep a track of that in Discord. Next up, Islam's champ. Islam's champ, you get to complete step number 2. Bada bing, bada boom. So Islam covers step number 2. If you have the Islam, you do have to complete step 1 and step 3. All right. And then the Barbosa Ultimate. This is pretty wild. And I'm kind of glad maybe they took what I said to heart last show about the Ultimates, or a couple shows ago. Because I said, whenever you make a nice moment out of a certain weight class, we got an Ultimate for that weight class. Why not just toss it in there as an autocomplete, They didn't necessarily toss it in as a complete autocomplete, because you still they're making everybody burn for step 3 regardless. But if you had the Barbosa Ultimate, you got some love here, and you automatically got step 1 and 2 completed. Pretty gnarly challenge for sure. We got a couple more things to talk about. We got the KO, the rewards. So KO of Grant Dawson, which was a pretty nice one. Recency bias is pretty good there, but it was kind of like a straight jab. It was like a flash knockout. It was weird. The sub of Tony Ferguson was pretty nasty, I got to say, because Tony was out cold on the canvas. The Iaquinta KO is nice. Sub of Oakman's okay. But those are the 4 we've gotten to choose from. We also did ask to allow us to vote on if he does get a crazy finish against Rufi. Can we vote for that as well? So I think there's a poll in Discord, so make sure you get to it. But when I last checked it, it was 100% is yes. So pretty sure it'll happen. If the minimum edition size, if 100 is not reached, the remaining moments will be distributed to challenge completers randomly. Each completion will count as 1 entry into the random draw. So with all that said, shout out to Flovana. These guys, if you haven't seen it already, you go to Flovana, UFC Strike, you hit challenges. Pretty much tells you what's going on, how much it'll cost to complete, how many people completed it. I'm on there already. I did my burns. I have a Chama champ and an Islam champ. So pretty much got that taken care of right away. Don't have to worry about what's going on with the fights. But Flovana, man, this tool's really nice, guys. It's really nice. You could come here. You could click on requirement 1, see what you have, what you don't have, how your counts are looking, if you might need 1 or 2 extras of whatever. Next up, we talks about the champ passes for that step. You could see the champ passes that I got right there. So each step you could click on and kind of take it from there. So here I got step 2, collect. So 3 out of the 4, I have all 4, and I also have the champ here. And then step 3 was the burn. And you could go through here and see, I already did my set of burns for step 3. You can see I already burned 1 of each. And these are my counts of remaining moments in my wallet. So shout out Flovana for the challenge tracker, man. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. That's the first challenge, guys. That's the first one. Challenge number 2. Not like the first one where you have to do each of the steps to get one of the rewards. Challenge number 2 is a path system. So each path you complete gets you 2 rewards. So if you have any of the following moments, you will earn 2 rewards. If you have Justin Gaethje's epic, you get 2. If you have Magomed's epic, you get 2. And if you have Morono's epic, you get 2. Collect one of each of the following moments for another completion. If you have the Abus uncommon, Fiziv's common, Santos's common, and Joshua Van's common, you automatically get 1 completion, which nets you 2 rewards. You can also burn if you'd like to burn. If you burn a Gregory Rodriguez, Nicholas Maximov, or Jamie Pickett, each burnt moment, you receive 2 new of the Mauricio Rufis, I think. No, they're not Rufis. Who are they? Was it Rufy? I'm tripping, bro. So much. Ferreira. Shit. So 2 Ferreiras, 2 Ferreiras, 2 Ferreiras for each moment you burn. If you have any of the following champs, you'll get 3 moments. So if you have a Poatan or a Gaethje, you get 3 instead of 2. And you can do this as many times as you want for as many rewards as you want. Yes, the Hulk. The Hulk, who is fighting tonight. They also have, for these multi-challenge events on Flovana, both challenges. They got this little tab right here you could click on. I didn't burn anything. I've completed the challenge 6 times already. So that means I'm getting, I think, 10 plus 3 with the Chama. So I think I'm getting 13 of those. My guess. But yeah, it shows you everybody on here. I got 11 completions. I don't know. I didn't even look at it too much, honestly. I got a lot of dupes too. Yeah, I got dupes here. Didn't burn anything. But I figured I'd auto-complete a bunch here. I don't plan on burning anything. So, because I got a bunch coming. So, but that's the challenges this week, guys. Pretty easy for the first one. Whichever path you take, you get 2. So both challenges do end on what is it, Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday, 11 Pacific. So, and you could keep coming to Flovana to check how many completions are done, how many people are eligible still, and so on and so forth. But that is that, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, we will talk really briefly about some new moments that dropped. Some new moments that dropped to the MP. Don't forget to get your TFSPs in the chat because we're going to run this $50 gift card right after this bad boy. There we go. Don't forget. Do you think Green has a chance against Ruffy? I assume Ruffy wins this. Of course, anything can happen, but Ruffy looks like one of the best talents in the UFC. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough, man. I'll definitely talk about it in a little bit for sure. I mean, it's MMA. Anybody's got a shot, but it's tough. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for Bobby based on his last few performances. But, you know, anybody can drop if you crack them with the right shot. You know that. So that's why we love the sport and watch it. But we did get some rewards finally that came through. Big Khabib Epic dropped finally. A lot of people were waiting on this guy to finally hit the marketplace. Pretty solid on the price right now, $350. But yeah, it's like how they got some of the audio in there too when he's talking a little smack to Michael Johnson before he gets the sub and stuff. But this was a nice one. This was a nice one for the platform for sure. We also got was it Shara Bullet, the spinning back fist. Double back fist. That was a nasty one that came through. Sitting at $16. Even though he lost to MVP, gotta say, this was one crazy ass moment for sure. Wild knockout. That double. And a Petrosian is fighting today. We'll see how he does. We'll see how he does after that. Nasty, nasty, nasty. What else did we get new, guys? We got Perez, Alan Perez. That was in the Khabib challenge as well. Sitting at 5 bones. I'm not going to watch the moment, but sitting at $5, not bad for a uncommon. Probably missing one or two, maybe. Not sure. But let's take a look at the wallet. And look at that day that all those bad boys got airdropped. Strickland came through. Strickland epic as well. $130. 154 completions, but not bad there. I mean, lost that last fight. It's probably hurting his price a little bit, but if it gets used in a challenge, it'll get nasty. It'll get nasty quick for sure. Take a look at anybody else. Sharp Bullet, Perez. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Bellato. Adolfo Bellato was the last one. Adolfo's a buck. So that's the new moments that came through. And when will the fights begin? Fights begin in about little less than 5 hours from now. The prelims start. About 5 hours from now. The early prelims will begin. And with that said, let's get into the fights. Got the card pulled up here. We'll talk about each fight. Get your TFSPs in the chat. Last call. This is for the $50 UFC Store Gift Card. Last call. Get your TFSPs in. And don't forget to hit a thumbs up on the video. And yeah, we're going to get into the full card here. And I'm going to put up a poll while you guys get your TFSPs in. I'm going to let it run till the main event. Let's see. Who will win the main event? Magomed and Kalayev. All right. Alex Pereira, Magomed, and Kalayev. We're going to let this bad boy run for the remainder, and we'll take a look at it once we get to their fight. Poll is live. And good luck to everybody. We are going to run the TFSP in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Winner of the $50 gift card is going to be Asian Wolfie, my boy. Congratulations, brother. I'll DM you that gift card a little bit later. With that said, 313s in the chat. You already know. Get your 313s in the chat. This is for a ESPN Plus for United States of America pay-per-view code for tonight's fights. Good luck, everybody. Get your 313s in the chat. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the video, and let's get into this fight card. Here we go. Get all the way to the bottom. Starting off with our early prelims. Early prelims. We got Jordan Santos versus Ozzy Diaz. 185 pounders, middleweights. No, not the most well-known guys for sure. I did a little bit of research. I believe based on my research, Diaz is definitely the bigger dude. He's 7 years older though. He's definitely bigger dude, longer reach. But this guy's probably more dynamic in his striking. Definitely more volume is going to be coming back this guy's way. And I believe I remember correctly. Yeah, he's coming off the Contender Series. I think they both might be coming off the Contender Series. Let's take a quick peek. Okay. Diaz has knocked out 2 people, lost to Joe Pyfer, lost to Ming Yang. Big Whale's favorite fighter. So yeah, he's coming off a KO loss. I don't know. The odds makers do like Santos. Not real much things here. They don't think the fight's gonna go the distance. Not much of a submission. Might throw a takedown or 2 in there somewhere. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Santos, younger fighter. Mountain Tiger. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Ozzy Diaz is probably gonna lose, I think. Coming off that loss. Didn't look too special against the Mountain Tiger. His last time out. Yes, I'm going to go with Santos. All right, here's where it gets a little tricky. Castaneda was supposed to fight last week, and his opponent missed weight, and the fight got pulled. So they put him on this fight. He's fighting Gutierrez, who's pretty damn tough. He's a bigger guy. He's taller, but Castaneda's got the reach. Castaneda's a pretty big, heavy grappler, wrestler. So a lot of the research I'm doing is kind of, and both guys are extremely durable. It's going to be probably not going to end up being a finish. Go the distance, yes, minus 325. So there it is right there for you. Gutierrez is definitely the better striker of the 2. And it does help that they're not fighting in like the Apex or like a smaller octagon. They're going to be in a nice big full-size octagon in an arena, which should give him some space to move around. But I don't know how well his gas tank will hold up. They're pretty much same age. I mean, almost everything is identical on paper, except the takedown spot, where you'll see that Castaneda shoots a lot more takedowns. But I would say I'd give the striking edge to Gutierrez. If it gets past the second round, I'm probably going to start leaning on Castaneda's gas tank, and he's just going to start, chain wrestling and wearing Gutierrez down to a point victory. That's my guess. So that's what I'm. Yeah, it's a close pick 'em here. But yeah, I think Castaneda's probably going to just wrestle him to death and probably get a decision out of this one. That is my take on the second fight of our early prelims. Third fight up. Bro, that's not Myron. That's not Myron, bro. That's not Myron. Is that Myron? No way that's Myron. No way that's Myron, bro. That is not Myron Santos that I know. Hell no. ESPN. ESPN. What's going on over there? Come on, bro. This dude was on The Ultimate Fighter broadcasting on your show. Myron. That's not Myron, bro. That's not Myron. That's not my Myron, bro. Oh my God, dog. Why they do him like that, G? Come on, bro. But yeah, that's Myron. That's Myron right there. The guy that was on The Ultimate Fighter on ESPN for a whole 3-4 months and won The Ultimate Fighter show. This is his picture on the website. Oh, man, dog. Come on, G. Man. But anyway, the real Myron, not this guy, who we don't know who he is fighting Francis Marshall at featherweight. And it's a pretty interesting fight. Pretty interesting fight because Myron's probably the better athlete for sure out of the two guys. But I would say that Marshall probably has the better strength of schedule. So it's a pretty big test for Myron. You know, some of his fellow Ultimate Fighter alumni, they're comparing him to like fellow tough alumni. Brian Battles lost one, I think. So they're kind of thinking maybe Myron's not going to win this one and people are liking Francis Marshall's tag. But man, I like Myron. I like Myron, bro. I like Myron. He's a good kid. If you haven't checked out Embedded, check it out. They took him back to the Tough House, and he got a nice little tour, made a little speech to the guys that are in Tough now. It was nice, like a kid going back to his high school after he graduated type situation. He got a nice job or something. It was cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Myron, bro. I'm gonna go with Myron. They're both good prospects on the way up. It's a big fight for both guys. But I'm gonna go with Myron, man. I'm gonna go with the real Myron, not this fake picture dude. And that is the early prelims, everybody. Those are the early prelims. I think the guy in that photo is DeJordan Santos. They got their photos swapped. They do. There's Myron. They swapped Myron. They swapped the Santoses. Dirty work. Dirty work. But they should know Myron, bro. Myron was on the show for... Come on, dude. He was on the show. A lot of airtime on ESPN. He was there every day. They did him dirty, dog. They did him dirty. All right. Morono versus Leal. So, look at the line here, boys. Leal minus 800. And everybody pretty much thought he got robbed his last fight. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, against Renat. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's tough, man, when you take those Abu Dhabi fights and you're going against somebody out there that the crowd's in favor of. Don't want to leave it to the judges, baby. So, yeah, a lot of people had him winning that fight. And he took that fight on short notice, too, and did what he did. So, on fighting Morono, who is getting up there in age, guys, he hasn't looked like the same Morono that was of the past. He definitely looks like he's a step slower compared to maybe some of his performances 2 or 3 outings out in the past. Yeah, he's not the same guy that had that wicked fast jab back in the day. It's not as quick anymore. And Leal is probably going to throw some bombs, and we'll see. We'll see how Morono handles it. They got that KO on Leal at minus 140. That fight to go the distance, minus 185 on the no side. So I am leaning on Leal, especially after he got robbed last time out. I think he's going to come in here, try and make a statement, and definitely not leave shit in the judge's hands. Morono is a tough dude, but like I said, he's getting up there in age. This could be that point where maybe things might not go his way, and he's coming off a couple losses. So, and he does go to the decision. Like I said, he is a tough guy, but we'll see. We'll see. I think Leal's on a mission to get the jobs done. So next up, this is everybody's favorite dog this week, and it kind of, the line moved significantly because he was like a plus 200 earlier this week, and now he's plus 115 on the line against Petrosian. Everybody loves a big, nasty power right hand knockout that the Hulk man will bring. Bruno. We are doing a challenge for him as well this week, so it would be nice to see him win as well. But he's got to land that shot, man. That's Bruno's only shot to win this, right? He's got to land that haymaker. Petrosian coming off a knockout loss. We'll see how tentative he is, how hesitant he is to exchange. Does he try and grapple more and try and wear down Ferreira? And that's another thing too with Bruno. Bruno doesn't manage his gas tank well. He throws the whole kitchen sink. Every single time he throws a shot in there, the whole kitchen sink is behind it, bro. Does not throw anything else but heat the whole time. So I wonder if he's going to I would hope like he manages his gas tank a little better, because usually like after 5-7 minutes, this guy's slowed down significantly if the fight's going longer, and it showed in his last fight. I think he lost. Yep, against Abus. He should have knocked his ass out, but he didn't have the juice. Ran out of the juice and ended up getting subbed in the third. So hopefully he went back to the lab and, got cooking on all that and got his cardio situation right, or, comes to the fight with a better idea of managing his gas tank right. But Petrosian is pretty good, man. He was hanging in there with Shara Bullet, and a lot of people would say he was about to probably win that fight if Shara Bullet didn't land that crazy shit. Because he was doing his thing. So I would say he's probably like, if you want to talk about technical striking, he's probably the better technical striker. But when you got that power coming your way, we know Bruno can end it with one shot. I think after that Abus loss, maybe he went to the lab and got to cooking. And hopefully he gets that knockout we all want to see, bro. I really want to see it, man. I really want to see it too. So I'm going to go with Bruno. Bruno Ferreira to get it done. Hopefully he does, bro. Hopefully he manages that gas. That's really all he needs to do. If he manages that gas tank and he has enough gas in the second, third round to put somebody out, he'll do it, bro. He'll do it for sure. Because he's got that ungodly power, Joshua Van versus Ray Saruya. So Van, man, this guy's been fighting a lot, huh? This guy's been in there all day, every day. Ray Saruya, 10-0, coming out of Japan. I believe he won the road to the UFC. He's pretty good, dude. This kid's pretty good grappler, though. Stick grappler, I would say he's pretty, he's not the best on the feet. He's pretty green on the striking department. I'm sure he's probably made some strides over from his last fight to now, but when it comes to striking, ain't no way in hell he's going to be able to compete with Joshua Van, right? Van's got very crisp striking, boxing. So I don't know. He's got an, obviously you see right here, it's striker versus grappler. He's got takedowns and he's got a lot of subs. So we're gonna see how good this kid is with his takedowns. If he can take somebody down like Van, who is pretty good and has fought some good wrestlers and has shown his ability to get up and win, like Cody Durden. There was a little wrestling against Energy, but and he ended up gassing out. But he's been winning since that fight against Energy, getting some decisions, but he has fought some pretty tough guys, Shirez and Durden. Pretty tough fights, to be honest with you. So I definitely like Van's strength of schedule here. He is the favorite for sure. And I mean, he's fought some tough guys. Saruya by submission is probably the only flyer that I like on that side of the coin. Because that's really the only way he's going to get Van out of here, right? He's not going to knock him out. He's not going to point him out. Because Van's definitely going to land more damage whether it's on the ground or whether it's standing. Van's going to be throwing the whole fight. I like the flyer on that, but I think Van's probably, I think Van's probably going to knock this kid out, man. Maybe once the kid can't get him down or runs out of gas getting him down. Because Van's a tough kid. Like I said, I like strength of schedule. I like Van. Van by KO is plus 275. And Van by points is plus 165. So I'm liking Van. I'm liking Van to get it done. Like I said, strength of schedule is big for me, and Saruya just hasn't fought anybody like at the level of Van. So I'm gonna go with Van. And hopefully Van comes out and gets a spectacular finish win here. Because honestly, I don't think Saruya's got anything for him at all on the feet. So we'll see how he handles those takedown attempts. Next up, Curtis Blades on the prelims. Crazy shit. This guy was fighting for a title against Tommy not too long ago. What's going on? Going against Kuneev. Maybe that's why he's on the prelims, because Kuneev's unranked. So it's pretty crazy for Blades to take this fight against a guy who's unranked. Kuneev coming off of the Contender Series, got that KO back in August. I think I remember it. But not too much else known about the guy. You know, he's in PFL. Had a no contest with Big Ferreira over there. Was the Eagle FC champion. That's Khabib's promotion out there in Russia. So he was the Eagle FC champ and then came over. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see how he does against top tier competition. He's sitting as a plus 270. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns here, right, guys? So he's definitely doesn't have the same reach as Blades. And so it does throw a little bit more, mixes it up pretty well. A little bit more on the striking side than the takedown side versus Blades is vice versa. But we could definitely say with his Russian pedigree, he's probably pretty good on the grappling, wrestling side of things, most definitely. So it'll be an interesting fight, man. And I know a lot of people are worried about Blades. He's a favorite here, but his losses, he's been getting chinned in his losses. Pavlovich, Tom Aspinall. I mean, they are two of some of the heaviest hitters in that division for sure. I would say, arguably, maybe next to Derek Lewis, and who else? Who else is a big power puncher in that division? Let's see who else knocked him out. Derek Lewis and Ngannou knocked him out too. Shit, I forgot about that. Damn. So yeah, he doesn't do too well with power punchers, right? Do we know how much of a power puncher Kuneev is? Is he a big power puncher guy? Heavy hands or what? What's the story on this dude? I think a lot of people are picking him because he's got a nice plus tag next to his name, Kuniv. But take a look. Let's take a quick peek what Kuniv's been up to here. Third round KO, third round KO, third round KO, first round KO, second round KO. Doesn't look like he's got too much early knockouts. You know, usually with those heavy handers, they get people out quick. They got those less than a minute knockouts. You know, a bunch of them got those on the record. Derek Lewis, Ngannou, Aspinall, those Pavlovich, all those guys got, you know, early knockouts. This guy doesn't really have too many early knockouts except for his contender. Well, it wasn't an early one. It was end of the round. So he needs to wear the guys out a little bit. Looks like he does a little wearing out, and then he kind of pours it on towards the end. So maybe he's got a pretty decent gas tank, I would say. Maybe not the heaviest hands, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's going to be a wrestling match. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows, guys? Who knows? It's a tough one. It's a tough one to call because, I mean, you kind of think that that V multiplier comes into play here. And then you look at the strength of schedule too, man. Blaze has fought the best of the best, the creme de la creme. Creme de la creme of heavyweight. So KO is plus 110 for Blades, plus 1,700 on the sub for Blades. Points is plus 190. Yeah, it's a huge test for Kuniv for sure. Definitely a big test. They're throwing him right into the deep water. Granted, he's a former champ of an organization, but man, it's a tall task, bro. Blades ain't no slouch. And he did send Jailton Almeida right back to work. You know, he took that dude's O and made him look silly, bro. Made him look silly. So doesn't seem like Kuniv is like that dominant of a grappler based on his stats. Doesn't go with the grapple heavy approach. Almost six significant strikes landed per minute to the almost 3 takedowns, where Blades is the exact opposite, damn near. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm sure Blades is going to test this wrestling early for sure, because I don't think Kuniv possesses that early power. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a tough one. I kind of want to lean on Blades, but man, that V multiplier always plays a factor. Yeah. And how is Blades after coming off of the KO loss to Aspinall? That's another thing. Is he going to be hesitant? Is he going to be scared to engage? 9 months off, so probably, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's an interesting one for sure. I don't think it should be minus 360. Damn near hell no. And with that said, you probably kind of got to lean on taking the plus money guy, because you're getting them at a bargain, right? Because I think the line's way closer than that for sure. With all those factors and variables that we just talked about. So tough one for me, man. I don't want to pick against Blades because shit, like Mighty Mouse says all the time. Shit. It's a tough one. Tough one. I think I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Blades, bro. I'm gonna go with Blades. Final answer. Going with Blades. That's it for the prelims. Early prelims and prelims are done. Now we move into the main card. Do not forget to get that 313 in the chat. We will be running that pay-per-view code right after we get through these last 5 fights of the evening. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. Almost there. Final stretch. Don't forget to get the thumbs up on the video. Appreciate you all. All right. First fight of the main card. This is one we talked about earlier. Bobby Green versus Hoofy. Mauricio Hoofy. Fighting Nerd, man. Another one on the list here. So, we'll see, man. Bobby Green. Bobby's getting up there in age, guys. 38 years old against a 28-year-old, phenom. People like to call him the Brazilian Conor McGregor. Looks sick in there. Got some really crisp striking. I definitely say probably Bobby's got maybe the grappling edge here, so he would be smart to maybe try and wrestle and grapple if he really wants to win. But when those big lights come on, Bobby's usually showman, and he likes to have those wars in there, which I don't think would be a good idea against a guy like Hoofy. He's coming off that loss to Pimblett and did get knocked out by Jalen Turner. Did come back and win against Jim Miller, though. But Jim Miller was pretty much, out the door at that point. So a lot of people are a little worried, especially because how he looked against Patty. And they think that Hoofy's going to probably smoke him. So I really hope he does try and do some wrestling and stuff to try and make it a little competitive, because if he's just going to stand and bang with this guy, I don't think it's going to be a good night for him. I think Hoofy's going to get it done. And Fighting Nerds get another dub, baby. They keep it rolling. Everybody's going to be wearing glasses. They're going to put the glasses on whoever's in the cage. So it would be nice. It would be nice for Bobby to win, but man, this is not the matchup. The cards are not in his favor by no means. It is MMA. Anybody can get caught. Bobby absolutely can throw something that'll catch Roofy, but I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. He's taller. He's got 4 inches on the reach, because Bobby usually has good reach, especially when he's fighting these lightweights. He's usually got the reach advantage too, but not this time around either. So it's going to be a tough one. And I think so, Chef. I think so, Chef. So we'll see. Maybe Roofy retires Bobby Green today in a spectacular fashion. And then we get a challenge for that down the line. Who knows? Could be the full circle moment we all have been waiting for. But next up, we got another huge age discrepancy. Amanda Lemos versus Asmin Lucindo. 37 years old versus 23 years old. I'm going to say that Lemos probably only chance here at winning this fight is knocking this girl out in the first 2 minutes of the fight. 2 to 3 minutes of the fight. If she doesn't knock Lucindo out, because her last few fights, Lemos is gassed quick, very quickly. Lucindo is somebody who mixes everything up. She's going to be throwing a lot of kicks, punches, takedowns. Everything's going to be mixed in together. And if Lemos, who has good knockout power for the ladies, she can put somebody on their ass with one shot. At 37 years old, can she still do that? I'm not too sure, especially considering how she's looked against Verna. Zhang, she beat up Dern, but she did not look that good against Dern. She should have smoked Dern in that fight, but she ended up gassing out and getting a close decision win. So Lucindo being much younger than Dern, on the up and up, way better gas tank. I think she's probably going to edge this one out by decision, I'm guessing. And maybe, I mean, if you're feeling lucky, go find a first round KO sprinkle for Lemos, but that's her only shot. That's her only shot. Can it happen? Sure, but will it happen? Doubtful. I think I'm going to roll with Lucindo to get it done, especially because the age thing too. When you take into the stats on the ages, you know, it's like 74% of the time the younger fighter wins at this point. When there's a 10-year or more age gap, 78 or some shit now. 78% I think it's up to now. It's tough to bet against her, bro. It's tough to bet against her. So Lemos and Bobby Green, they got him like in the same type of fight, damn near. Going up against a young up and comer. Obviously Green has a much more dangerous fight ahead of him versus Lucindo and Lemos, but I'm gonna roll with Lucindo, man. I'm gonna roll with Lucindo. Next one up. This is one I think a lot of people aren't talking about, man. This has fan favorite fight of the night potential, performance of the night potential written all over it, bro. This is a absolute striker's delight. When you got Ignacio Bahamondes against Jalen Turner, both guys 6'3", the tallest, two of the tallest dudes in the weight class. This is gonna be a treat, bro. As we lead into the co-main and main, bro. This is a really nice fight for those guys for those of you who might not be as well versed, maybe you only know the big names, the champs. Watch this fight. Watch this fight, and I guarantee you're going to be a fan of both guys at the end of it, no matter who wins, because, yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be, I don't know what else I need to say. I think both guys possess strengths. I think Bahamondes is definitely the better kicker. He's going to throw a lot more kicks, wild kicks, crazy stuff, a lot more stuff like that coming from Bahamondes. And then from Turner, on the flip side, you get a lot of the spinning elbows, a lot of the punches. His boxing is probably a little bit crisper. Bahamondes has gotten some punching knockouts too, but man, it's gonna be fireworks, bro. It's gonna be fireworks, bro, and I'm all for it. I like it a lot. Both guys coming off of pretty good wins. Jalen Turner, he lost to Moicano. I forgot. I was thinking about his King Green win. So he's coming off that Moicano loss. But he was piecing up Moicano, man. Then Moicano, fight IQ, did what he does best, implemented his grappling, and ended up finishing Turner on the ground. Bahamondes, I think he's coming off of his victory at Noche, where he knocked out Torres. No. He was at Saudi Arabia too. He's coming off 2 KOs, Torres and Gallegos. The Noche KO and the Torres KO. So Nacho's been on a tear. Man. Nacho's been on a tear. And he trains in Chicago. So I do have a little bias. With our boy Nacho. I did meet him at UFC Nashville. But he is sitting as a favorite. Not mad at anybody picking Turner by no means. It should be a great fight. But I am going to roll with Nacho Bahamondes. Hopefully he gets it done again with a crazy spinning kick or some crazy shit, you know? Would be nice. But I'm going to go with Nacho. Chi. Le. Let's go. Co-main event. Get your 313s in. We're getting close. Co-main event. Main event. And Fiziev steps in for Dan Hooker on short notice to take on Justin Gaethje in a rematch of what was an amazing, fun, striking fight. It was great. It was a great fight. It was a great fight. Great fight, but the timing is much different for both gentlemen. Fiziev was kind of like on a roll, kind of after he knocked out RDA, getting into the swing of things. Had that bullshit loss to Gamrot. Then he got to fight Gaethje, and Gaethje at the time was pre-BMF, I believe. It was a fight before the BMF. So Gaethje was, I think he just came off the Oliveira loss, and he got paired up with Fiziev. So yeah, now we got Gaethje coming off of the UFC 300 Max Holloway knockout. Took a lot of time off, so this is his first fight back in. And Fiziev is coming off an ACL tear, I believe, in that Gamrot fight. Yeah, so he lost to Gamrot. They has it marked by KO, TKO, but he tore his ACL, MCL, everything in his knee and hasn't fought since 2023. So he's been out for almost 3 years, damn near 2.5 years. So both guys have had major, I guess you could say, injuries, medical issues, right? Had to take some significant time off, and they're both coming back to the octagon to fight each other. Pretty wild shit. Pretty wild shit, if I say so myself. The odds makers like Fiziev as a -160 favorite. And in that first fight, man, Justin was pretty much in control that whole time. So I'm not sure how the switch flipped so hard because that knockout to Max Holloway and what made them feel like Fiziev is just that much better after 2.5 years off, 2.5 years off coming off the ACL, MCL, reconstructive knee surgery. I'm not sure why they hating on Gaethje so much. You know, I would think it's be a closer than that on the odds for sure. And especially because if you just look at the last fight too, sure, there were some moments that Fiziev caught him and stuff, but I mean, for the most part, Gaethje did his damn thing. And we can probably take a look at that last fight by the numbers. I think that'd be a good idea. What you guys think? Take a look at that last fight by the numbers. So by the numbers, Gaethje landed more total strikes, more significant strikes, way more strikes to the head, the body. So Fizzy was working the body a lot heavier than Gaethje was. Not much on the wrestling. He did get one takedown there. He did shoot for one. But, I mean, for the most part, man, the legs were damn near even on what landed. He threw a lot more to the legs. Maybe, I don't know. Does Fiziev take some stuff from this fight? Sure. Does Gaethje take some stuff from this fight? Sure. It's a tough one, guys. Rematches are always tough. Always tough. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to pick Gaethje as a dog, especially in a fight, a rematch that he has already won. You know? And I get Fizzy, man. He's fun. He's a fun dude. All fight week, he's been fun to watch. It's a tough one. Tough one for me. Tough one for me. How's our poll looking? Chama's at 88%. Sheesh. Yeah, this is a tough one for me because I like both guys, you know. I like both guys. But this is probably what they're looking at too. Didn't notice that. 36 years old now, Justin Gaethje. And taking time off like that could be why they're favoring Fizzy. But 2.5 years out of the octagon, bro, that's a huge fucking layoff, in my opinion. You know? I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna roll with Justin, bro. I'm gonna roll with Justin. Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje. Would I be surprised if Fizzy wins? Nah. Should be a good fight. Should be a very fun fight. Should be a very, very fun fight. So, I wonder. What if Gaethje comes out and starts wrestling, bro? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's going to change shit up for the longevity of his career. Who knows? When they're showing him on Embedded, he's just showing him training wrestling with Usman the whole time. So I don't know. But I'm gonna go with man. It's hard. It's hard picking against these these guys that have been fan favorites forever, and they're both fan favorites for sure. But I think Gaethje. I think Gaethje's gonna come out here, maybe try and get one last stance, and if he wins, that's another thing. If one of these guys wins by spectacular fashion, I guarantee they're booking these guys right away for the fight against Islam right away. Whoever, because he hasn't fought either one of these dudes. So if either one of these guys gets a spectacular finish, bro, they're getting the call. I guarantee it. Not even getting the call. They're getting told in the back room on the way out when Dana says, "Good fight, bro. Hey, be ready. International Fight Week. Let's go." All right. But I'm going to go with Gaethje, guys. I'm going to go with Gaethje. And now, our main event of the evening. Alex Poatan Chama Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. The matchup that has been long overdue. A lot of people been waiting for this one. A lot of Poatan haters been saying, hey, he's been getting fed strikers. He's been getting fed favorable matchups. Well, now we find out if all that work that he's been putting in with Glover and the boys has been paying off. Man, oh man, oh man. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one, dude. I don't know. Shit, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. It's a wild one. Don't forget to get your 313s in the chat. We are going to run it right after. Let's take a look at the poll. The poll says I'm ending it 86% for Chama. 13% for Magomed out of 43 total votes. Not bad. So, yeah, man. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's really, really gonna be interesting, right? Is Magomed gonna grapple? How is Chama gonna handle the grappling? We saw Jan Blachowicz control this guy for a little while. Magomed's probably a better grappler than Jan Blachowicz. How much has his grappling progressed at 37 years old? You know? It's tricky. It's a tricky fight. And I love me some Chama. Chama. Chama no Chama. Chama no Chama. Yeah. And I think I have to kind of agree with Big Whale here. Chama has to kill this guy fast. He has to kill him quick. He's got to kill him quick. Chama. Chama no Chama. I don't know, bro. Shit. All right. We got plus 140 on the KO for Chama. Plus 350 for the KO by Magomed. Plus $1,700 for the sub by Chama. I think Maddie Betts is taking this shit. I'm pretty sure I saw Maddie Betts take that. They think he could catch a rear naked. He could catch a gilly. If Magomed shoots, they think he could catch a gilly. By subby for Mago is plus 1,000. Magomed by points is plus 275. Chama by points is plus 650. Fight to go the distance, no. Minus 225. So they think this is going to be a finish, boys. They think it's going to be a finish. So, man. I don't know. How's Magomed going to approach this, bro? Is he going to approach it smart? He's going to approach it like everybody else and tries to sit there and stand and bang with the guy? How's Magomed going to handle the leg kicks? We saw his leg get pieced up before. Is he going to get pieced up again? Did he rectify that issue? We know Chama saw that shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Pereira's taller, got a bigger reach advantage for sure, but getting up there in age, 37 years old versus the 32-year-old Ank, big Ank. Other than that, everything's pretty close. Chama throws a little bit more volume and is more accurate with his strikes. Chama has a 100% takedown accuracy. I forgot who he took down. Was it Izzy in that fight? I think it was Izzy. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Does the EV multiplier come into play here? Does he grapple with this guy? Does he wrestle with this guy? I don't know. It's a tough one, bro. It's tough because it's a big, we haven't seen this type of matchup for Chama yet. And yeah, they got Mago as the slight dog in this one. They got Chama as a favorite. It's tough, guys. It's tough. And I love me some Chama. But I can see, there's paths to victories for both guys. It's who's going to get it there first. Also, another thing to point out, Chama's only got 14 professional MMA fights in his career. Mago's got 22. But I don't know. Everybody's saying Chama. Everybody loves some Chama. What happens if Chama wins? He cleans out the division and then he moves up to heavyweight for John Jones. That's what we're trying to do? That's what we're doing? I think regardless if he wins or loses, I think Chama's going up after this shit. I think regardless if he wins or loses, Chama is going up, because he pretty much beat everybody in the weight class at this point. All viable contenders. He's 37 years old. I mean, one more cell. He ain't got much more fighting time left on him, I think he's got to probably move up sooner than later. Probably why he took the Ank fight now. Just to see, like, if I win, Yeah. No, I think regardless, win or lose, even if he wins, I think he's like, I'm going to move up because he's 37, bro. He's 37. Post-octagon interview is just going to be Chama. Yeah, I don't know. DDP, I think DDP's got some work. To even touch Chama. He's still got to beat a couple guys down there. I think. Nasser Dean, Khamzat. Those are some tough fights for him, bro. He's still got some guys that he needs to fight. So, versus Pereira, he's cleaned out light heavyweight, bro. He fought all the top 5. He fought Jerry twice. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I remember earlier in the week, they were talking about how he was still in, like, He's fighting in 2 weeks and he's still in Australia. He's doing media. He's doing this. What's going on with him? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Plus, I got a big Magomed card. If he wins, oh man. Rocket ship, baby. Rocket ship, baby. I don't know. It's tough. If Magomed comes out with a wrestling heavy approach and Chama doesn't catch him early, bro, I think Magomed can win this for sure. For sure. Chama's got to kill him and eliminate him early. And at this point in his career, I don't think it matters if he wins or loses, bro. This guy has cemented his legacy as an all-time great already. Big Chama. Big Chama. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a tough one. Everybody went with Chama, huh? The whole chat went with Chama except like 3, 5, 10 people. It's tough, bro. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Even for me, it's too hard. It's too hard to pick, bro. It's too hard to pick. I kind of want to see how it plays out, you know? This is one that, like, I don't want to pick pre-fight at all. I'm going to watch it, and then based on how the odds look live, take it with what you see on screen, you know? It's tough, man. It's tough. Big Ank. Let's see what he's coming off of. Rakic, Walker, Jan, Anthony Smith. I mean, not the best dudes by no means. Not the best dudes by no means. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. 100%. 100%. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna leave the screen black like the end of Sopranos. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you kind of got to go with Chama, right? You got to. You got to go with the Chama. For the sake of the storylines and the sake of Tom Aspinall never getting his unified shot against John Jones, we let Chama win and then jump Tom Aspinall and fight John Jones for the heavyweight champ. Chama. Well, there's a thing, though. You rolled with him because he's had good matchups, bro. You rode with him because he's had good matchups. Now, this is a tough matchup. This is a very tough matchup. Everybody was talking like, hey, we're going to stand and bang with this guy. We're going to stand and bang with this guy. And then what happens? Nada. They all get knocked out. Maybe he watched the film and said, you know what? I'm not going to freaking stand and bang with this guy like every other idiot that got knocked out before me. Who knows, bro? Paul Craig, son. Yes, sir. Yep. A lot of people forget. A lot of people forget. He got subbed by Paul Craig. Mago. A lot of people forget. A lot of people forget. But, man, I think as a fan, you got to go with Chama, bro. You got to go with Chama. You got to go with Chama. Pre-fight, I'm picking Chama. But I will be watching, boys. I will be watching to see how the hell this shit plays out. That's for damn sure. And with that said, time for that pay-per-view code. Get your 313s in the chat. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you haven't. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. I appreciate you all. Pay-per-view code is going to be running in a minute here. Good luck, everybody. Should be a fun night. I know poker's going to start in a little bit. Don't forget to get your poker action going. Pick'ems. Get your strike pick'ems. My pick'ems in my Discord. Get all that stuff going. Numbers not changing, so I am going to run it in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Pay-per-view code is going to... Oh, Andrew Nance. All right, Andrew. Make sure you DM me on Discord, brother, so I can get you that code, my man. Congratulations. And I appreciate everybody hanging out. Don't forget to get the thumbs up on the video before I get out of here. Poker, pick'ems, get ready. And until next time, I am out, y'all. Peace.
The guy named Diddley had a dream so big it made him feel all giddy. He loved UFC, the fights and the thrills, so he started a podcast to share all the chills. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Break down the fights, every punch and kick. Analyze the moves, every trick and flick, comparing each fighter, their strengths and flaws. Diddley's insights would leave you in awe. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. Down the fights, every punch and kick. Analyze the moves, every trick and flick, comparing each fighter, their strengths and flaws. Diddley's insights will leave you in awe. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the final strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the final strike. NFTs and fighters, a digital blend. Diddley's got the scoop, he's always on trend. From rare collectibles to the latest bout, the Final Strike podcast, there's never a doubt. From afar they gather around for Diddley's insights, the best in town. With every episode his fame would grow. The Final Strike podcast, the ultimate show. Even when the market's tough and times are lean, Diddley's resilience shines, he's always keen. Through highs and lows he stands his ground. In the world of UFC he's renowned. Oh, Diddley's on the mic with the Final Strike, talking UFC, NFTs all night. From the octagon to the blockchain, he's got the hype. Tune in, listen up, it's the Final Strike. Stream, bringing UFC and NFTs to the mainstream. With every word he lights up the night. The Final Strike podcast shining so bright.